Hello everyone. I wanted to do a little bit of a check-in today since the month of January is coming to a close. I wanted to revisit my 2019 journal lineup and talk about some of the things that have changed a month into the new year. So if you haven't seen that video, it's my 2019 journal and planner lineup video, and I will link it up at the top and in the description. And I'm just going to kind of base this off that, all the things that I talked about in that video. So as far as the daily journaling that I do, not too much has changed there. I still have my daily journal, and this is a Taroko Shop Enigma notebook. It's a dot grid, and this was A5 size, and I had it cut down to standard size at FedEx. This is a Sojourner in the mitzvah leather. It's a standard size folio, and actually I switched it around because this is the front. You could see the stamp there, the maker's mark, and I decided that I think I like the pattern on the back better, so I just flipped it around. And it's just pretty cool that this leather can allow for that. You can just use it any which way you want because, it just kind of looks the same. So that's all good. I fully love this. It's kind of my tried and true thing. I just write about the events that happen during the day. And then I have these two Hobonichi weeks, and I use these to journal to my kids. This has been going really, really great. So I still have to tab these out. I actually have the alcohol ink tabs from Art Journal Girl. I'll link her shop below, but I just haven't gotten around to it yet. And I did end up doing that little Velcro sticky thing to keep this closed. I just haven't found any covers for these that I like, as far as like a leather type of cover. And I'm just kind of happy with having it just this way, with just the clear cover on cover. So yeah, I've been working on those. Those are super great. The other daily task I have is this, which I showed before. It's going great. This is an A6 hand-stitched leather tee on Etsy, and this is the light tobacco color, and this is just a folio, so I don't have the traveler's notebook strings on the inside. But this is the Midori MD one day, one page diary for 2019. And I did end up figuring out that I like to hook my pen here in the back secretarial pocket. It just slips on there really nicely. And when the book is in, it just, when you have a thick book like this, it just kind of has this like U shape, and the pen just falls really neatly in there and keeps everything together. And I thought that was a really nice thing I just kind of accidentally figured out. But this is going great. I use the monthlies to track my steps. That's kind of the only thing I'm really tracking. This whole book is for self-care. So I just track steps each day in the monthlies, and then on the daily pages, I'm kind of just writing down something that I did for myself. Something that was like either something that made me happy that was really just for me, or something positive that I did for my health. So anything in that realm. So every day I've just been logging things in some fancy script, so it's just nice for me to be able to work on that kind of stuff as well. So this has been really fun, and it's worked out great. I haven't had that kind of, when you get that kind of feeling where it's kind of like an itch in the back of your mind where you're like, something's not quite right. I haven't felt any of that with any of these so far. I have added one thing to my daily lineup, and I know it already seems really big, like I have a lot of things that I work on. But I added this, and it is a 5-year Hobonichi, and it with the bloom cover and yeah, the whole setup. So this I actually ordered last year. I ordered it in December, but I didn't get it until like almost mid-January. And I knew that I wanted this for this year, and I just hadn't mentioned it because I don't know. I just wasn't completely sure about everything yet. And because I didn't get this until mid-January, I was actually, I'm using this for gratitude. So I did all of my gratitude in the back pages of my Hobonichi weeks that I use for my planner. That's great. You know, I don't have anything to update about my Hobonichi weeks, but in the back pages, I was scribbling down what I was planning to write in here. So when I finally got this, I just transferred everything onto the proper pages in here. So this is really unembellished. This is the pencil board that it came with. You know, I got that whole set. This was kind of my birthday present to myself. So my tried and true Uniball Signo in the 0.38. I love it for this small sized grid. And I am basically on the left side, I'm just writing out a highlight of the day. So I just write the thing that mattered to me the most that day. And then on the right side, I am actually writing what I was grateful for that day. And that's all I'm doing. There's no decoration, no nothing. Maybe down the road or in future years, I may add some of my own doodling or something to kind of spruce it up a bit. But for now, it's literally just me writing a couple sentences of my highlight and my gratitude. And I love it. It's great. My daily tasks tend to be just really quick jots of things. So it's nothing too involved or crazy. So I know this looks like a lot for daily things, but some of these things I can actually work on like throughout the day. A lot of the times I wait till the end of the day and then I work in everything. But like if my kids say something or do something or something happens that I know I want to write in here, I'll just go ahead and jot that down in there and it will kind of take it off my load. But I don't consider this like a load. I don't consider it something that I'm begrudgingly doing. I don't think it should be anything like that. So I thoroughly enjoy working in all of these things and it's going really well. So as far as changes, memory keeping. Memory keeping. So I have this A6 size Chic Sparrow Maverick, and I was keeping this Midori MD notebook in it, and I was using this for memory keeping. So this was the most content that I have been with memory keeping, but it wasn't quite all the way there. And so part of the problem I was running into was I did not like how thick and bulky this notebook was getting. Looking at it, I thought it was really cute and I was really enamored by how thick and chunky it was getting. I mean, this is so satisfying to look at, right? But working in it was a completely different experience. For some reason, I just really wasn't getting on with it. So anyway, I hacked this. So I just kind of ripped off that like gridded tape that holds this together. And I was just like slicing and dicing, trying to get this thing to expand. And the spine just doesn't. I was taking my X-Acto knife and really getting in there and trying to peel off layers and layers of glue and tape. And anyway, it stuck. So I just cut off the last bit of blank paper that was left. So this is full, and that piece that I have left over, I'm just saving it. I'm just gonna make it into another notebook or something. But yeah, this wasn't jiving. And one of the things that I realized was that I didn't like documenting like orders. You know, if I got an order one day and then I made a page for it, I was like, well, why am I really doing that? Do I really care to remember that? So what what I do like is when I get stuff from orders like notes or stickers, or when I save washi tape from it or something, I would like to keep that stuff, but I like to just kind of keep it in a journal and have it not just be about that order that I received. I just like to incorporate it into some other journaling that I'm doing. And so when I sat back and thought about it, and I was like, what do I really like about memory keeping? It's something that I know that I want to do, but I'm just not going about it the right way. So obviously the most important thing for me to save and to document when I'm memory keeping is photos of my family and photos of events and experiences that we have. So I'd rather put time and effort into documenting that over documenting every little piece of scrap that I get. I'd rather just save those things to incorporate into other journaling. So what I have here, this is actually, it's pen and ink. It's just a blank landscape pocket-sized notebook. And I just got this from Amazon, and I'll link everything. But I originally bought this like in September of last year, and I was actually going to use this as a little project for my husband. I wanted to kind of gift this to him next Christmas, and it was just going to be like a scrapbook that I made for him. But what this ended up turning into is my memory keeper, and it will kind of just be for everyone. Everyone in my family that wants to kind of look at it. So this is so basic. It's basically just my Sprocket photos. And then I just have I had a Stalogy notebook cut down to standard, and I saved that huge chunk of paper that was sliced off. And I used that and I cut that down to write on it, and I paste it in here to just write out explanations of the photos and things. So like I'm currently working on this, but as you can see, I just have Sprocket photos. I put the date down, and in these blank sections, like right here, I will cut out a piece of that Stalogy paper, and I will write on it, descriptions of what's going on in these photos, and then I will just glue it down there. So this is really, really straightforward, really basic, but I love it. And I can keep up with this. I don't have like a huge backlog. So, and then if I do get behind, like I'm slightly behind right now, but all I have to do is print off the Sprocket photos and just put them in here, and that's it. So it's not like I have to take so much time to catch up in this stuff. And because I'm keeping my daily journal in here, I can always go back in here, figure out, what was going on these days if I need like a little boost in memory, and then I can jot down, whatever I need to jot down to have, a reference for these photos. So that's what I'm doing in here. And I really, really love it. And I'm thinking that it would just be really great to have a stack of these. Like hopefully I can keep on purchasing these and just continue with it and just kind of have a sequence of these. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with this. This is actually a big step above what I was doing. So I know I'm headed in the right direction. And right now I don't have any doubts about what I'm doing in here. So hopefully this sticks, and I feel like it will. So in any case, because I stopped doing my memory keeping this way in this A6, that left this empty. And oh my goodness, I absolutely adore this piece of Maverick leather. And I pretty much was forcing this far longer than I should have because I was in this beautiful traveler's notebook. And it just got to the point, I just reached a breaking point. So I did not want to let this thing sit empty. So what I decided to do was I put my Nanami A6 cafe note in here. And this is what I'm keeping in my purse. This is what I use for my on-the-go journaling. So this is my stream of consciousness type of thing that I keep with me when I'm out of the house. And I've actually started doodling in here. This used to be just straight writing, but since I've really taken up doodling this month, I started incorporating that in here. So all I have are the two middle strings. I just have them in the front cover and then in the back cover, and that's it. And normally I super duper hate doing that with thick notebooks. I hate having them in a traveler's notebook with strings. And I don't know what it is about this notebook or this setup, but for some reason, I'm really okay with it in this instance. So I feel like for me, it's possibly just like a case by case type of thing. So I'm really happy with it here. And maybe it's just because I just am really, really attached to this traveler's notebook. I had to put aside my mahogany hand-stitched leather tee, but this has precedence. I've decided, I just am really, really attached to this traveler's notebook. So I'm really, really happy with this. So this is what I'm carrying in my bag. And since I'm talking about my bag and my everyday carries, I have this, and this is a Chic Sparrow weekly calendar cover. And this is the Waypoint leather, and I got this during the last Black Friday sale. And I love this leather so much as well. And I have been having a little bit of trouble with my wallet setup. And it's just because I've been trying out the passport size, because I also got a passport, my first passport during the Black Friday sale. And I got all of the inserts and things that I ordered for passport, and I cannot make it work for me. I don't know what it is. I just assumed that it would work because nano and pocket size have worked really well for me. And yeah, so not the case. So that's still a work in progress, but I decided that I was just in the mood to try something new, and I was really bummed that the passport wasn't working. And I wanted to go back into nano, but my nano card holder broke. Let me go get it. So this is what I have. I just have the Chic Sparrow. Nope, where is it? Here it is. I have the Chic Sparrow like multiple card like wallet insert, and this worked out so great, and I loved my nano setup with this. And I just found that after a few weeks, it actually cracked right here. And I don't think it's because I have these stuffed. I do have multiple cards in each of these slots, but it's not the thickness of it. Like, it's not tearing around here where I would expect it to tear if it was overstuffed. It's like the bending of it and like the opening and closing of this that made it snap right here. And as I was working the back, I realized that this is going to have the same fate too if you just, are opening and closing it like this, just from how it's like sealed at the edge. So anyway, big bummer. And I've been in a pocket size for the longest time, and I didn't want to go back to that. I was just so into using new and different sizes. So what I did was I just pulled out this cover, and I do have these Chic Sparrow weekly sized notebooks. These are just dot grid, and I just never used them. And I like to keep a notebook in my wallet to keep all of my grocery lists and just other lists of things that I need to get. So then I have, this is a personal sized credit card holder, and it's from Life Inserted on Etsy, and it holds 16 cards. Does it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this is a 20 card holder because it's personal size. So what I did was I just put it on the short string in the weekly calendar cover because it's sized to personal size. So this doesn't have to be on the long string and get shifted around. So this kind of fits perfectly right there in the middle. And then this is a Dollbirdies insert. And this is what I had in my very, very first Hobonichi Weeks setup. I had this and I dug it out because I kept it after all this time, and I dug it out, and I'm sorry, I have to be careful because I haven't like covered much in here. So I've set this up as my wallet and I am having such a good time with this. It's obviously like really big, but I've just been in the mood for this right now, and I just really wanted to use some of my Waypoint leather. So I really love this, and as soon as this gets too heavy for me in my bag, I will switch out probably back into my pocket, since that's what I currently have all the things for, and it's working out great. So I've done that, and yeah, it's pretty simple, so I don't know that I would do a whole separate video on this, but anyway, just let me know if you're interested. So some other changes here. So I'll do this one really quick. So I just got this, and I have been looking for a sketchbook, and I've just been looking for something that's going to jive with me. I've got plenty of notebooks that are sitting idle that I could absolutely work in, and I've definitely tried in some of the books that I currently have, but I just can't, I don't know. I'm not working in them as often as I should, and I find that if I'm working in a book that I'm not really liking, it totally affects how I work in it. And it makes sense, right? So I was just looking through Amazon and I came across this. And this is, I don't know, it just really, really, really spoke to me. So it's just a craft cover, and it's the oddest size, because this is actually the width of a wide size notebook. So like Moleskine Kaye size, it's the same width, but it's actually a little bit taller. It's about 1/4 of an inch taller. And if you've been with me for a little bit, you know I have such a weakness for a narrow cut notebook. So a skinny notebook that's like really tall, I'm gonna go for that. And when I saw the dimensions of this on the Amazon listing, I was like, oh my God, that looks like everything that I love. So I took a chance and just went ahead and ordered it. And I just really love how it has like this really thick cover. It is so thick. And then it has like this free open spine, and it's just bound so well. You know, it's bound like a Hobonichi or like any of the, you know, Midori MD books. So it lays flat, and I don't know. I couldn't tell you what it is. It's not like this thing is like extra special anything. So the paper is not like super duper great, but I did just get this to practice doodling in. So I put some watercolor on there, and there was some like bleed through and stuff. It's gonna take like a really light wash, but it's some kind of like coated type of paper. It has a little bit of heft to it. I don't know the specs of it really. I don't even know that the Amazon listing had all of that on there. But yeah, it's not too bad. It takes my Uniball Signo pens just great. And oh, here's another thing. So this is the brand. I don't even know like how to say that or anything, but that's the only branding that's on this. There's nothing on the insides at all to determine like how this should be oriented, you know, like the orientation of it. So I decided to flip it this way so that there's no branding at all and make this my front. And I'm just practicing doodling. You know, if you've seen any of my Hobonichi Weeks plan with me's, I'm always like lamenting that I only do one type of doodling. So I just kind of dove in here and got to work, and I just have so much fun. I can just whip this thing out and just practice on things. So I really love this, and I'm glad to have this in my rotation. And obviously I have a thing for really thick bound notebooks right now. There's something about it because I've tried forever to keep some kind of art journal or like sketchbook of some sort in a traveler's notebook with the smaller inserts, and it has never ever worked out for me. And this I feel a lot of contentment about, and I feel really good about this. So yeah, this has been a really great addition. And this, okay, so this is so random, and I can't even believe that this is a thing for me. So I'm gonna butcher this. This is the Leuchtturm A6 notebook, but like not really an A6. So it's totally pocket size, just a little bit taller. So I believe it's like 3.5 inches across and then like almost 6 inches tall or something. So I don't like pocket size notebooks. Like, I don't know we just don't get along. And like, it was never love, like it never reached that level. But I don't know what it is about, like, I don't know, the extra like centimeter or so that's on top of this that made me really love this. And this is like my at-home version of my on-the-go journal, where it's very just stream of consciousness, whatever. So this is very stream of consciousness. I mean, it's almost the size of my phone, so I just kind of carry this around with me around the house, like along with my phone. I bring it up to bed with me. And so this, I guess, is kind of like a catch-all journal. So I've randomly written down lists in here because it was just the thing that I had on me. I do stream of consciousness journaling in here. You know, when I'm in bed and I just remember something, I will jot it down in here. So it's everything. It's like my little sidekick. And again, thick bound journal. It's like a thing now, I swear. So this also catches all of the random stickers and things that I just don't know what to do with. And it's just a way for me to use up those things. So stuff that I get from orders, little pieces of washi tapes and things that I save from packaging, I throw them in here. And it's just a way for me to use up everything. So I've just got, it's really personal journaling and things, so I'm not going to flip through it. But I adore this so much. And I do have other journals. Like I have my A5. I'll grab it. So I have this, and I mean, this is kind of like stream of consciousness, like whatever I want type of journaling, but it's a bit more like sophisticated. I don't know how to differentiate it, but when I work in this, I decorate it with an intent behind it, and I write with intention behind it. So it's different, and I work on this sporadically, just when I feel called to do it. But this I write in very frequently. It's almost daily, but not really. It's just whenever I have the time, I'll crack it open and just start writing. Or I'll throw down random stickers and washi tapes. Like if I'm going to throw away a piece of washi tape because I've torn off an extra piece or something, I will actually just put it in here and save that, you know? So I don't know. This sticker is from Bree at Documented Journey, and this one is from Robin at Art Journal Girl. But yeah, I don't know. I really love it. And it's crazy to me that this has worked out so well. Oh, and I wanted to mention the pen loop because I got a pack of like 10 of these off Amazon, and I have commitment issues. So what I've done is I've just taken a piece of cardstock and I just cut it down to size. And because these notebooks have these pockets in the back, I've just slipped it into the pocket and I keep it like that. So if anything happens to this pen loop, it deteriorates or whatever, I can just replace it quite easily with no damage to the book. But I love this and I don't know why. So like that's really it. Those are the big changes really that have happened so far. And they've all been really good. So let me know how your 2019 lineup is faring after a month into the year. Let me know if it's going well for you. I don't know. Let me know if you want to see any more details about anything that I showed in here. I just didn't want it to be too long of a video. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great rest of the day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.